water. Right. You have everything right? Yep. Is my bike connected? There we go. So guys, next Saturday, so exactly 6 days from now, we will be doing the Uber Pretzel. Hey Cam. So today we have another 700 meters climbing, which will put us a little bit less than 1,000 meters from the starting point, which is perfect. If we do one more bigger ride, Monday or Tuesday, we are perfectly on schedule to do the Uber Pretzel on Saturday. So today is a little bit of climbing. We are doing the bigger loop. It's 53 kilometers, so we will be in for a ride today. 53 kilometers with 700 meters of climbing in it. We're doing the Epicom and the jungle loop to complete this route. So we're trying a few of the other workouts on the go. How was your ride outside, Cam, yesterday? The 50k outside? Did it went well, as expected? That's nice, man. How was the weather in Poland? That means it went great. If you are ready for another one already. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So I've noticed that on these workouts, well, it's the second one we've done already, but the RPMs are really fast, man. But it's not like it's impossible. But the workouts are really putting a high cadence in there all the time. Like in every second, every minute you have to push. It's always there, spin faster, spin faster. Jesus, and for people like me who don't like to spin fast, I'm the slow pusher, man. I want to chill out. I don't want to be like 115 RPM. Damn. God damn. So yeah, we'll do our best, but for me the most important thing will be the wattages, and I will try to spin as much as possible. Went for quite a ride, so I hope this workout isn't gonna make us too tired from the get-go. Alright, man. I hope the printers are doing well then, and enjoy your ride. I hope time flies. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day, man. See you later. Spin faster? Come on! So this workout, you don't see the RPM required just on the layout from the workout. So I selected this one because it looked like it was a really good warm-up for the ride we're about to do. And we're recovering a bit as well, right? Who rides like this in real life, man? I feel like a hamster in this cage. So the bigger loop consists of the entire desert first to start with. Then we'll go over to the Epicom, which we did yesterday, 2 days ago as well, right? We hop over that mountain. Today we don't do the radio tower. We'll just pass it, have a look at it, say goodbye, go back down, and then we're going all around the jungle route, over the bridge, get some extra altitude meters there, and then we go back to the seaside. A little bit over 50 kilometers. But I think there are some pretty fast kilometers in there. Like these first few K will be pretty fast because it's all flat. We can occupy ourselves a little bit with the workout. After this one, if you feel good, you can just select another one. They're all short ones. I just don't want to be too whipped on the first 25K, and then want to have to drag myself to the finish line. But it's a good build-up as distance-wise to the Uber pretzel. So probably like Tuesday we will do another big route, like with some distance and altitude in there. And for the rest of the week we can do crit races. And on Saturday we are ready to do that big Uber pretzel and get the Tron bike. That's the goal, guys. Saturday is Tron bike day. Something a big chapter. Looks like the tree. So I'm not sure what the tactic will be for the Uber pretzel. Do we want to start really easy and just go with the flow? Or do we want to like set a certain wattage as a goal? Like for example, we can say we have to stay just above 200 watts as long as possible. Of course, we won't do any sprints. We can do some efforts on the climbs just to change positions, have some variance. I think for 128 kilometers, about 6 hours on the bike, we want to keep a little bit of a rhythm going, especially in the start. First couple of hours, I think it might be good to like do something around 200 watts, so we don't lose track in the start, right? Because you can lose a lot of time if you're just doing like 100 watts and sleeping. Lavender unicorn. This game, guys. 50 kilometers, so I'm expecting about 2 hours for this ride. With the climbing and the jungle loop, which will make us substantially slower. But it's good practice, right? To wear the little pretzel. We have the climbing in there. We have kind of the same course in there. I think we'll be doing this all as well in the upper. Then we'll do the epicom twice. The jungle loop, and then finish off with an Alp climb. Jesus, what am I getting into, man? What am I getting myself into? This workout is sure giving us a good pace, because if we were doing this just as is, I think we would be going slower, just going on it easy, and this gets you out of your comfort zone, gets you out of the seat, and makes you push. Cadence-wise, we're good right now. These workouts are sure getting things done. You feel like you're working out pretty damn well. Nine more minutes from this workout, 7 more minutes actually working. And after that, you get a good, nice relaxation. But yeah, you can see already the bridge to the upper come. So we're gonna start the climb here. So once we're done with the workout, we're actually starting the climb. So there won't be much relaxation going on there. It might not look as fast on cam, but it really is feeling really fast for me. One more after, guys. One more big effort for this workout, and then we can relax a little bit. Here we go. You can see the arch in the distance, the yellow arch of the mountain. So we'll have this last effort for the very first part of the upper climb. Yeah, 30 seconds at 425 watts. That is gonna sting. I'm feeling the legs from the last couple of days. We've been doing good training, good racing, hard efforts, so it's normal they sting as much as they do. Let's get this fast effort in. Heart rate 172. How about the bike? You mean ride 30k more, right? These workouts, I'm pretty sure they work this hard and this good because of the cadence. If it wasn't for the cadence, this workout would be a lot easier. And you would feel a lot less tired in the end, I guess. But because of it, the cadence presses your heart to its max. In my case, to the real maximum. And that makes it really, really tough. It's only 30 minutes, but I really feel like I did a really big effort here. 400 calories in 30 minutes. Yeah, you work for that. Let's just gonna let this screen disappear and we'll keep climbing the Epicom, which is a big part of our altitude meters today. That together with the jungle loop, which is another 100 meters of climbing, I guess, something like that. So once we're on top of the Epicom, we might change to the mountain bike. I think I'll save those lost seconds by going faster on the dirt. We're doing the entire loop, right? So it's quite a while on the dirt, so we'll be gaining a lot of momentum, especially since we're alone. So yeah, we'll do that. Heart rate is back to normal. I think this is somewhere like we want to do the Ubergrens alike. Be on a normal heart rate the entire time. Don't burn too many sugars on harder efforts. But like keep spinning, keep climbing, keep going. And then relax on the descents. As you can see, our 30-day PR, but that wasn't a race. It's just shy of 31 minutes. That means we have about 20 minutes left of climbing. And at this pace, we can add a few more minutes, I guess. But this is exactly what I wanted to do next week Saturday. Just ease up the mountain, relax, keep spinning, don't go too high, don't let myself be fooled by wanting to go 300 watts. It's not necessary. It might save us a few minutes on every climb. But we'll need all the energy we have for the length of this one, because we're gonna have this climb, then the same climb all the way around, go up the radio tower, do the jungle loop, and do the Alp all at once. practice. Pace practice. Like how fast do I want to go? How comfortable am I once we're on top? Like we won't be doing any workouts in the Uber Pretzel, right? So that is not gonna waste our energy like in the start we just did. So the plan is tomorrow we have a rest day, and Monday or Tuesday we'll do another bigger ride, 50, 60 something K with some altitude in it, in preparation for the Uber Pretzel. And then the other days I will have free for some racing if you want. So if you do the race on Monday, you do the climb on Tuesday. And if we do the climb on Monday, we can race Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday if you want. And then have Friday completely off. Relax. Eat well, sleep well, and then have an early start on Saturday morning. Probably starting around 9 a.m. my time or something. 8 or 9 a.m. And then spend the entire morning on the bike. Fill in water bottles, drink well, eat well. And as long as we stay hydrated, I think we might do it, man. Especially if some of you guys are here to show up, keep my mind off things. Will be important as well, because 6 hours is a long time to be in your own mind, fighting against tiredness. Meanwhile, we are almost halfway. 20K. We'll have a few 3 kilometers once going down Yapicom. Then we'll have to do the jungle loop, which has a nasty climb in there as well. Gets a little bit flatter here, going through the castle. If you're super tucking going downhill, this is the part where you have to pedal. Just to get through it, and then you can sit down and relax again. No need to push hard and ramp up here. It's only a little cobbled section, and then once we are going outside, it's going uphill again. So ramping up will just make things unnecessarily harder. As you can see, it is a nice scenery, right? If you want to promote Zwift, like they are doing these pro races this week, so I'm hoping the Epicom is one of the races they will do. Because if people see this scenery, they might fall in love in the game just by looking at it. This is where Zwift and the other platforms are so much different. The other platforms, they focus so much on getting everything sorted out as for power-wise and stuff and metrics, but they lose the sense of like being in front of the screen so long. If you spend hours and hours and hours wanting to do what you like, which is cycling, you want to be entertained as much as possible, I guess. And with all the events and different ways of riding in Zwift, they are miles ahead of the competition. Like, I understand what the competition is doing there. They focus on what Zwift is not, but they should focus more on what Zwift is making Zwift good, and like try to be more like Zwift, but a little bit more professional maybe, like skip the power-ups and the gamification. Focus on the draft, focus on the weather, maybe even focus on implementing some sort of steering advantages where positioning might be a good thing to learn. Like Zwift is doing with the mountain bike at this point. if you have a phone on your steering wheel, you can go like a little bit left and right. There must be a way to implement that. And if it's not for crashing against each other, it's for getting that draft a little bit faster. If you see somebody passing, you can like go left once he passes, be in the draft just a few seconds sooner. Doesn't have to be like the steering thing mustn't become like the biggest advantage, because if you don't have a phone on your steer, you should be able to ride like you are doing now. But it should give like a more realistic feeling. If I go left with my steer, my guide does a little bit of a left move. If I go right, my guide does a little bit of a right move. That should be possible, right? And even though it might not give me an advantage, it might give me a more realistic feeling in the game. Same for wind, so you have draft. If you're in the wheel of a player, but it should be possible to have like certain wind direction, which is just something like an arrow on your screen, right? And then once the arrow is against you, that means you go slower, so you have more advantage in drafting. And then if the arrow is in the other direction, it means the wind is in your back, and then you have less advantage of drafting. So that might make it really interesting, especially in pro races. Like if you have the wind against you, you sit in the back, and as soon as you turn, you can go strategically. Let's say, wind is coming from that direction, so I can attack on that straight or that certain part of the map, because there I have headwind, tailwind I mean, so the pack will be harder to follow me. So gaming wise, I think that are good improvements Swift can do. Just on the top of my head, of course. Of course, one of the most important things is the UI update. Not sure when they will be dropping that one, but I think everybody is screaming for being able to change routes in game. If you do a 10k loop or something, you get the badge. You don't want to go quit the entire game, reboot, select another route. If you're in the game and you select the wrong route, you have to quit the game. Why? Why? GPS would be nice. Like if I've changed my mind now, I don't want to do the bigger loop again. When I just want to finish the entire loop, I just go to the companion app, press the point I want to go, and then it calculates the quickest route to my ending point. Meanwhile, we are getting close to the top of the big loop. 680 meters. That means we have another 300 meters of climbing to come. And we're not doing the radio tower. So we reached the first peak here. So we have a few hills coming up. So once we'll hit the dirt, we'll have a 1 second stop, change to the mountain bike, and head back on. Because we're doing the entire climb and route of the jungle, I think it's better to just change the bike. It will require much less effort from me to maintain a decent speed. Power-wise, good climb, right? Just have been going pretty steady, nothing exaggerating. We feel good in the legs, even after that workout. And this part, hopefully not too many of those dropouts. That's something like, that's a good point as well, guys. Like the trainers, I have a Tex Flux, right? A Tex Flux S. Why is it all Bluetooth and plus? Why is there not a cable option? Because I have the perfect setup, and I think many people have the perfect setup to do it with a cable to the desktop, and we get rid of these dropouts, especially on live events, right? Like I did a live event a couple of months ago, and one of the big issues was because there were so many trainers, 15 of them, all jammed up in the same room. Some trainers gave some interferences, and that's really demotivating if you're in a race and your trainer is giving 0 wattage while you're pushing like crazy. So if they make a cabled option, like add it to it, right? So not like choose between the cable or Bluetooth or cable, Bluetooth and plus whatever, but just give the option like you don't have to use it. You can just connect the cable to your PC if you have it, and there you go. That means if you implement it as your trainer, and Tax, for example, decides to do that on their neos, that means events will actually always go for neos because they won't have any problems with dropouts. And events are getting more thing after Corona, right? So much more people are Zwifting. People are getting more addicted to it. So those leagues and those events, they will get crammed up. It might get like a little dip now in the end of summer, like the lockdowns are closing, so people are going more outside again. They had to stay in a long time. Like here in Belgium, the Ronde of Flanders and some other big classics are already changing their dates to September, October, November. So the end of the year instead of the start of the year. But that means a lot of smaller events for amateurs will be as well in the end of the year. And Zwift will have like a little downfall near the end of the summer once the lockdown is over. But once it gets colder again, all the people who got to know Zwift during lockdown will come back, and the winters will be very snowy. And once you have bigger online events, automatically followed will be bigger offline events. We have the national championship already in England, which was a nice event set up. Then we had one that we participated in February, which was always already nice to be like just in the kids' shoes, right? I think it's the second time this got organized. And competition for next year will be bigger, harder. They learn from their mistakes, and they will grow. So we are 1 hour on the bike. We are finishing up the epic line. We should be there in 2 minutes. Just taking it easy, like we will be doing next Saturday. We won't be pushing at all. Not because it's close to the end, whatever, no. The only time I will be pushing might be on the Alp with the last marbles we have left in our body. This will probably be the first climb as well next Saturday. So we have to get this atop really fresh, really feeling like we still have to start. Because as you can see, we're only 25k into the right. Once we're on this top, that means we still have 100 kilometers after this, which includes another climb of the Epic, come, and the Alp, and the jungle, and I'm pretty sure maybe the volcano as well. So yeah. If I'm not mistaken, we'll have a look in a bit. But I think if we calculate how the Uber pretzel goes, I think it's the same as this. Then you do the radio tower the first time, go all the way down, you take a big loop, come back, go over it again, you take a big loop to the volcano, you climb the volcano, you go to the jungle, you climb the jungle, and then you go up the Alp. And I think that's the Uber pretzel. As you can see, we are 6 minutes slower than a couple of days ago. But a couple of days ago we were racing this side. Today we have some 25 extra kilometers to go solo. Some extra climbing to go solo. And we're actually trying to see what pace you want to be doing. So as you can see, our PB is 30 minutes 43, and then yesterday we did it in 32 minutes because we had the workout going up like 80% of the climb, and then the last 20% we just chilled. So normally at this point you go left and then take the climb up to the radio tower. Not today though, not today. So like we're doing now, once we hit descents next Saturday, we will go super tuck as soon as we can, because we will be spinning for 6 hours anyhow. No need to keep spinning down hills. It's nice to get a bit of a stretch, maybe even clip out. My guy is still in super tuck, so I'm not paddling. Let me stay there. I'm gonna go over the hill and then I'm gonna quickly run for some extra water because my water is finished. To be honest, I was hoping my guy would have taken the downhill. That was the idea. That it wouldn't be going down while I was getting water. These are the best parts, right? Those will be nice in the challenge next week as well. Just go down, see that kilometer sticking off while you're doing exactly nothing. Just watching the screen, having some fun, drinking, eating. So we'll be at 30k once we're getting down, and then we'll have the bigger loop, 53k. Okay, so we'll have 20k left after this. This guy is doing weird sometimes. It should be a super tug right now. It's not. Doesn't matter. So we'll be going up this route now to the right. Then go into the jungle, do an entire loop of the jungle, and now we're heading back to the start or the finish. It's a really false flat climb here. And just before we hit the top, we'll change the bike so we get the momentum going downhill on the mountain bike. Let's change our bike. Garage frame. We'll be spending a few kilometers on the dirt, so I think changing to the mountain bike is a good thing. It won't slow us down as much. Hey bike. Now we'll be doing the Uber next Saturday, man. So if you feel like joining, you're always welcome, even if it's for a short part. But next week, Saturday, we will be doing Uber. Today we are doing the bigger loop. So still training towards the length and the distance. It's a 53k ride today, 700 meters of altitude, so around 1/3 of what we are doing next Saturday. But we're getting those altitude meters in, getting those training and time on the bike in, and we're seeing a little bit what tempo we're going to be doing this. We have been doing between 200 and 220 watts of the entire epic climb, and that felt really comfortable. We didn't go high in heart rate, we went easy on talking, and we didn't feel fatigued at all. We did start off with a 30-minute warm-up workout. That killed us a little bit. It was 30 minutes of really high cadence at FTP and over FTP. So we got really sweat on there. All the way through the desert we were flying. And then once we hit the climb, the workout was done. So we could have went like 200, 220 watts, like I said, up the entire climb. and we were feeling really relaxed while hitting the top. And like now, we're in the jungle just doing our thing. We switched to the mountain bike to catch some people on the wrong bikes. We have to do way less effort here to maintain a decent speed. So I think the gain, especially if you're not in a group, the gain or in a race is much more to change the bike, lose like 20-30 seconds by changing it, than to not change and go really slow. Hopefully, I'm not sure what I'm getting myself into though. Well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be tough. I want to do it as fast as possible, but on the other hand, the completion will be more satisfying than the time. So I think I will be going just relax, like we're doing today, talking a bit, having some fun along the way. And then if we have, by any reason, some energy left in the legs, we can waste it all on the climb of the Alp, right? We can waste every drop of sweat there and hopefully go up as fast as possible there, because the finish, if I'm not mistaken, is on top of the Alp. But we will be 6 hours on the bike, so we're not even close to that today. I think we will be finishing this just under 2 hours. So I think my timing for under 6 hours next Saturday will be pretty good. I'm not planning any rests in for that ride, except for the downhills. So the 2 downhills might be like, I can get off the bike for like 1 or 2 minutes, maybe like stretch a second, and then get back on them. But for the entire ride, I want to be trying to be pedaling. Even if it's at the lowest speed like we're doing now, we're still doing 40 kilometers an hour, right? So it doesn't have to be 300 watts the entire ride. You can just keep it flowing. That's the plan. Keep it flowing. No pressure. Take it easy and just go for completion. I have to remind myself to drink often, because I'm not a huge drinker. On races, I never drink if they're under like 40 minutes. Even under the hour, I don't think I'll drink one sip, because I will be too occupied with riding. On rides higher than 1 hour, I usually have one bottle filled up with just water. But sometimes I drink it, sometimes I don't. But I think for the 6 hour ride, we will have to force drink. We're trying that a little bit now. We already got one of those in, and we're 1 hour and 20 minutes. But I think if we're doing Uber like really good, we want to double that. Like one bidon every half hour. I think something would be something we have to push towards. I don't know why, man. Some people are like drinking the entire time, but on those short rides, I haven't yet. Yeah, eating, I've never eaten indoors, never. This hasn't been, I've been doing Zwift now for just over a year. I've never eaten anything on the bike indoors, so that will be the first as well. Get a few, I got a few nut bars ready, some pecan pie nut bars. a lot of good stuff in there and none of the bad stuff in there. So I will have like 3 or 4 of those, and then have 2 bottles with some added sugar and like 2 bottles of water, I guess. Will be something good to start off with. And if needed, we can always run to get some water. If it makes me ride faster, no problem, man. I just don't want to have a breakdown. I've had those outside. I've never had a breakdown inside on indoor riding, but I've had, you have a Dutch saying, you have met yourself. So I have met myself a few times outside, especially on climbing rides, where you are using a lot more energy than you think, and then you forget to eat or drink, and then at some point you just get hit on the head and you're totally gone, man. You're still pedaling. You can keep pedaling forever, I guess, but you're like pedaling at 10 watts or something, and your mind is crying. I remember one time it was a really hot day and we were climbing in the Belgian hills, the Ardennes. We have some classics there. I was climbing, I think I was about 10k from the end when I got hit, and I did this climb. I just stepped off the bike, found a little bit of shade, and I was there for like 5 to 10 minutes in the shade, relaxing. People stopping, oh, you're okay? Yeah, sure. I just need this, man. I need a moment for myself. It's 10k to go, but I'm done. And then after like 10 minutes, you're like, okay, let's just get this bike home. Yeah, exactly. But sometimes it's hard if you go in the unknown, right? Like I don't think I've ever done a 6-hour ride, or no, yeah, I'm lying. I've done 2 or 3 rides around 200 kilometers outside, but that was with a goal in head. We went to the sea and back. We had a big break in between, so it was like 4 hours of riding. Then we had like big spaghetti, had some cokes, 2 hours in the sand, relaxing, and then go back with the bike for 4 hours. So that was 8 hours split in 2 on the bike. But I don't think I've ever done 6 hours straight in one go, especially with all the climbing. Because I'm a heavy rider, I like flats. I ride quite fast on flats, but I'm pretty slow on climbs, and I need a lot more energy when climbing. So yeah, it will be a thing. But we will unlock the Tron bike. That's a nice thing to do, right? We'll be chasing that Tron bike, man. But you're a much better biker than me. I'm still learning the ropes, man. I still need to lose weight, get better, need more condition. It's all part of the plan. So I'm really curious. I think I was aiming for 11th of May to do the Uber, and we will be early because of all the training we've been able to do the last couple of weeks. We've been climbing a lot. We've been working hard for this, so we can do it on Saturday. I think Saturday will be a good day. Get it over with. And who knows, if it goes well, we might do like another one a few days later. Yeah, true. That's the beauty about cycling, man. No matter what place you are, if you want to get better, you're always against your maximum efforts. Like if you're a D rider or an A rider, it doesn't really matter. In a race, you go all out nonetheless. So percentage-wise, we all do the same efforts and all do our best for prestige. An A rider like you just gets there faster, but you have to do the same kind of efforts if you want to win. Then you're in a D class. I'll never be an endurance rider. But it's like I said, I want to be like a good short racer. Like the crit races are really my thing at this point. And for some reason I think those will always be my thing. Those short, high intense races. But you have to get out of your comfort zone to get better, even there. So I started climbing more, I started doing distances more. So if I get better on a 50k race, I think I get better on a 20k race as well, right? But meanwhile, once you get better on the 50k race, you might start liking it more and doing more 50k races. So yeah, who knows? It's all about competition against yourself. I always been saying I'm a bad climber, but maybe if I keep climbing, at some point I become a better climber. And I'm starting to really like it. And if you start liking it, you do it even more, you get even better, and at some point you're becoming a good climber, right? That's the idea. It was a good choice for me to choose a mountain bike. Look at how we're chasing these guys. Easy peasy. So we're almost on the top already. Then we go over the bridge. And then there's a downhill. Then we have to switch bikes again on the tarmac. And then it's, I hope, all the way tarmac until the finish. The bigger loop. I clicked the big loop first, which is almost the same, but the start is not going through the desert, the Tempus Fugit, but you go straight to the Epicom. And I thought, yeah, why do that if we still have to do the bigger one? Yeah. Do you know, is there any differences into speed if you buy another mountain bike? Because I still have the one you get if you complete the course, right? The mountain bike course. So I'm using that one, but I've seen that you can buy other ones. But I don't really feel like wasting drops on gravel bikes and mountain bikes just for the couple of times I'll be using it. This bike is doing it just fine I've used it in a couple of races. Nice A. I thought it was spacebar. I wasn't pressing spacebar before. A, exit T. I'm gonna try that, man. I'm gonna try that. Once you hit the tarmac, we'll have a Formula 1 pit stop. 2.5 seconds change. Okay, that's nice. They released the Ridley Noah this week, right? That's exactly the bike that I'm riding on in real life, so that I'm riding now. So at some point, I really feel like buying it. But on the other hand, I saw it was not so fast. Well, it's faster than the standard road bike by 1 second on a big lap. So if I would be buying that, it's just for kind of having it, right? Because you have it in real life. But I'm so in love with the Madone. The Trek Madone frame is so nice. My dream bike. So I basically want to stick with that one. And it's even faster than the Ridley Noah. I should have been smart about this and already started the new mission, because the mission has 40 kilometers of mountain biking in it, right? And I've been doing like 15 already now. I'm not getting any extras for this now. Yeah, the Madonna is nice, man. But it's so much dough to spend on a bike, right? Like it starts off around 5,000 euros, but then you can get only the standard one with like the red. And even though it's still nice, the red or the yellow, that's it, that's the standard frame. Even though it's nice, you really want to be going for that Project 1 bike, right? Oh my god. The reflective one, you know the reflective paint? If you do not know it, you should Google it right now. It's so epic. If I had like 10,000 euros to spend on one bike, I would spend it on that. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend it on one bike that much. I rather have like I have my Sunday bike, the Ridley Noah. Then I have my work bike, it's a Ridley Phoenix. I have a standard city bike, and I have a mountain bike, which is a Cube. So I have everything that I need. I think we'll be on the tarmac soon again. This juggle one mass passed very quickly. I thought it was gonna take a lot longer time, to be honest. So a couple more turns and then we'll hit the tarmac. And then we go for A, menu, T, and see what that gets us. Here's the tarmac. I don't think a lot of braking will be needed because it's uphill. So A, no, menu, T, frame, close, back, go. Man, if Ferrari is gonna see this epic quickness switch, they will be calling in and saying how I learned that so fast. I still use the mouse to hit the menu button. There's probably another button for that as well, so you think that will become a thing in the future? Like switching bikes in races? Because they have so many different bikes at this point. They have the gravel bike implemented, they have the mountain bike, they have normal climbing bikes, they have speed bikes. So they changed for the jungle loop, they changed the starting point to a much closer point. So it won't be an advantage to take another bike on the tarmac and then change to the mountain bike. So it's better to take just a mountain bike or just the gravel bike. And the gravel bike is a little bit faster on the tarmac, but it loses a little bit of time on the I think Zwift headquarters is focusing their power and their strength on the wrong things at this point in this last update with all the boosting stuff. I don't think that's the future. I don't think that's the direction they need to go. I think they should aim a little bit more like on the competition side of Zwift. Make the competition side a little bit more realistic. Even get less of the power-ups in it. So it probably gets, you have about the same opinion, I guess. But it's weird, right? Because they have been saying, yeah, we're not gonna do the UI update yet because it might have some issues, and with all the new people, we don't want to get the service flooded with that. But then they are, a few weeks later, hey guys, we have a brand new option. We have a boost coming up. Yeah. You can load up now, sit in the back, be a big sandbagger you are, load up that 500 watt power bar, and then sprint off everybody. But don't change your route in game. You have to quit the game first. Start it up completely, wait like 4 or 5 minutes, and then do another route. Because that's the way it goes. You cannot load while being in the game. That's impossible. If I pick the wrong route or just by accident and I click the right button, no way to change it. I have to go quit the game, go back and retry it. If I want to see my friends who are riding now, I have to use the companion app. I'm not able to join them straight away. Like maybe if you start riding at this point and I'm like, I want to join you, I have to know about it that you start, then quit the game, start it up again, and only then I can join you. Nah, so many things they should focus on more. And like I was saying before you were here, I think they should do more with the steering they have implemented for the mountain bike. I think they should like increase the rider feeling, the realistic feeling, by implementing that. That's a personal thing, I think, right? So tell me I'm wrong if you think so, but it shouldn't give any advantages. But right now I'm stuck in this guy's wheel, and at some point I just want to like twist my wheel a bit with my phone on it, like the mountain bike is doing, make my guy go out of the draft and then push on. It gives like a nice realistic feeling. It doesn't give me any advantage game wise, but your character is going left and right anyhow, right? So why wouldn't my phone be able to give it a little bit of direction, left or right? Like, don't make it necessary because 90% of the people probably will be riding without a phone on their steering wheel. But for the people who are chasing that realistic feeling that maybe some other games or platforms give them, that might be a nice thing to add. Yeah, true. True that, man. Friends list. And like have a little corner where if somebody of your friends comes online or starts drifting, you get a pop-up. You can even like click the pop-up maybe and actually join them straight away. So much more UI stuff that can be done. The ranking system has to be revamped completely. Why are still A riders allowed to join a C race or a D race? Why? I can understand for some races that might be a thing, but why is not the creator allowed to say, oh, C-class, if Zwift knows you're an A-class rider, you're not allowed in this. Yeah, that's it. And then you start a league like that, and if you start winning races or get top 10 positions, you get points, you get a sort of a ranking, an elo system like in other games. And then at some certain point you are in the next level and you have to go there. If you lose too much, you can join the lower level again. They have so many gaming examples of working leaderboards where levels are a thing. And I can understand, in the end you're racing everybody, right? If you go outside and you enter a race, that will be all categories like fixed to each other. You can stand back there as well. unless you're going to the professional races. But I don't know if you were here yesterday for the crit race we did, but we finished 41st position in C-class in Zwift. So 40 people were ahead of me, 40. The closest to me was doing 3.5 watts, and over 30 of them were doing 4.0 watts or more. So that's all A riders. 30 of them were doing A rider results. 30 in the C-class race. So in the end, I'm 41st position in Zwift, and I get first position on Zwift Power. How can that be a thing? How can they not do anything about that? And the coning system is not going to fix that. It might slow it down just a little, but it's not going to fix it. Because I've been seeing some YouTubes of people doing the cones. Well, we did one and we got coned ourselves because of the fast crit race start, right? But I've been seeing guys do the B, like Chris Pritchard was doing the B race, and there were like 2 or 3 riders just hanging on, being coned, still in the pack, but they were doing like 6 watts a kilo. That means if you do 6 watts a kilo and you get coned, you can still go ride with the group because you're doing that much power. But then on the other hand, we tried to race. We are a clear C rider. Zwift Power says we're a C rider. Okay, I'm really close on the border for a B rider, but we're still C. But what happens in a crit race, especially in the one we did, so the A's, the B's and the C's, they were all together on the course. I think it was a bug. Normally the C's and the B's and the A's are separate, but everybody was together. So what happened was you have a crazy fast C start, like always, where you do 500 watts the first 30 seconds. Then you have some gaps to be close, so you have some big sprints with some cooldown, but everything is calculated, right? So Zwift is calculating your 1 minute power, which is really high because the first minute you've been going like mental, and then at some point Zwift says you're getting coned because that's not sea level material. But how can it not be sea level material? It's just the start, it was not even the second round when I got coned. I've never done unrealistic results on any crit race. My best crit race was 3.3 average, which is completely in the limits, right? Of not being coned. So it's not on point yet, that's my thing. And they're only testing it on the crit race. So if they make it work on the crit race, it will work for the crit race, but I don't think it will work for all the other races. Because on other races the starts are a little less fast than on a crit race. So B riders can just sit in the front group the entire time, doing nothing at all, and then have an amazing peak of the last 2-3 minutes and never get coned. And they might get a pop-up, oh, you're probably too good for this group, and then they just like, okay, I'm joining anyhow. I'll just sit in the group for 30-40 minutes, and then we have a breakaway on the climb, doing 7 watts a kilo for 40 seconds, and bye-bye. Yeah, I've read they already did some changes in this last update to it, so I will be trying it again soon And to be honest, we did it only once, right? And we got coned, but it was a crazy fast start. We didn't get coned just by the start. We only got coned because there was an A group who passed us in the second lap. And I was thinking, if I sprint now, catch the back end of the A group, can hang on for like half a lap, I will have a big gap towards the other C riders. And if somebody else is doing that, we'll have our own little group going, and we're in a really good position to win this race. So by doing that sprint, which was like another 500-600 watts for like 15 to 20 seconds, that's the point where we got coned. So that was just the edge to go over it. While if there was no A group, I wouldn't have been doing that little sprint on that point, and it probably would like relax a little bit. It would be around FTP the entire ride because it is 12 laps, I think. And it would be like more spread out, and we'd be like in heaven, right? So yeah. But I thought the green cone would like get more information from my past rides and not only calculate on this ride alone. Because what's the point if it only calculates on this ride? A riders can just pedal slow for the first couple of rounds and then ramp it up only in the end and kill everybody. But if it like remembers all my achievements from the past races and they know, oh, this guy is doing average around 3.3 in this race and he's averaging always this kind of numbers for this kind of time, then they can start comparing, right? Has he been doing crazy results compared to his last efforts? And if that change is too big, then you get coned. That was our thought. Is there? There's only green, right? Yeah, you have the orange cone for like the insane guys. If you go unrealistic results for everybody out there, you get orange cone. But the green cone is just for sandbaggers, I think. The green cone of shame. Yeah, looking forward to it. Even though my first experience wasn't too good, I'm really looking forward to it. Because I think it will be a good thing in the end. And it already shows they're trying to do something about it, right? While not scaring off too many people. Yeah, you can get an orange cone if you do like 1000 watts for 1 minute. You'll get an orange cone unless you are verified and you get this little V next to your name, this orange V. That means at some point you have been coned, and then you can send your results to Zwift, outdoor results and stuff, race results, and if Zwift can verify you are able to do those kind of numbers for real, they will give you this verification symbol, or they can just like make you A+, so the black A+ thing, and you will won't be able to get coned normally anymore. Oh, we're getting close to the finish, guys. 2 more K. The bigger loop has been flying. Thanks to you, bike, Mr. Bike Beast. Thanks for keeping my mind off. Spit my thoughts about what's wrong with the game. But in the end, the game is helping us along, right? So it has so much good things. Okay, man, see you back later. Sleep tight. I'm gonna finish up after I got this, so 2 more K, and I'll be heading in the shower. 2 hours has been long enough. I'll see you on your stream or one of the next days. And if you have time next Saturday, always welcome to hop on for a bit and ride along, man. We will be finishing around this time next week, Saturday, hopefully, if all goes well. Yeah, I'll drop by if my kid allows me. Thanks so much for hopping in, man. Have a nice sleep. We have all the climbing done, so it's just taking this bike and heading for the finish. The bigger loop is over and done. 53.1, so exactly 1K from now. Perfect. It's almost 3 p.m. $50 minutes before 3. All right, early morning. Early morning it is. Bring it home. My guess was 2 hours. Man, that was almost perfect, right? I was thinking about doing just under 2 hours. Doesn't matter. Has been a perfect warm-up. So we'll have to do this 3 times next Saturday. 3 times this effort. My legs are already hurting a bit. Thanks, man. See you next time. We see the finish, man. We see the finish. Yeah, I'll quit here. No, I'll quit here. I don't want it. I don't want the badge. Just kidding. I'll take it. There we go. The bigger loop is done. Didn't drink as much from the second bottle. Thanks again for hopping in, guys, man. I have a few minutes to relax and then I'll hit the shower. So yeah, the first half hour we did the workout. That's why the numbers are a bit higher, and that's why the legs are a little bit sore as well, as they should be. But yeah, come next week we won't be doing that. So we hopefully be a lot fresher once we're hitting uh, this 1/3 of the route, and hopefully be better for the rest of the race, right? It says we have new wheels and new glasses, but this that doesn't. That's cool, right? Yeah. Shoes. We have new shoes. Oh, we have the Escort shoes. Socks. We have new socks as well. A lot of new socks. Nothing special. Jersey. This is the best one, right? It will never get better than that, man. You have the coal, but I think everybody got that one. Who finished? I think you had to finish only one route to get it. So, but we did all three. So yeah, some new clothes though, but nothing special. I don't know why it says I have new wheels. This is just the normal ones, right? Those are the good ones for flats and draft, and these are the good ones for climbing. And we bought this because these were before the lightweights. These were the best ones I could have had, but now we have these. Yeah, you have this, and maybe on the back. It's exactly the same fit, man. We ordered it. Can you still see it? Here's my guy. There we go. I think this is the best you can see it on this bike. So yeah, it's a cool thing to have your character dressed the same as in real life. You can, I think uh, this one you can buy on eBay and AliExpress as well, right? So if you want to like have the same one as well, this is pretty cheap to buy on the internet. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, we are gonna enjoy the rest of the day off. Then we'll have, let me see the challenge. So yeah, we're a little bit more than 1,000 meters off. So if we do one more big climbing route, um, might be the Alp, might be something we still have to do a batch for. We do one more big climbing route either Monday or Tuesday, and that's it for climbing. If we go over like 1,000 meters and then two more races, we will be at 47,500, and we will be straight on point for getting the concept bike on the Alp during the Uber Pretzel, which is the goal, right? Actually the goal. So one more big ride coming up Monday or Tuesday, and then the other 3 days we will be doing some races. Might be a crit race, might be something else, like something we want to do fun for. And then Friday we have a rest day for the big one on Saturday. That's the plan. See you next time, bike, and I hope to see you on your stream and during the week, and especially next Saturday. Thank you so much.